Excuse me. Hello! Can you hear me okay? Maybe I should bring this a bit closer to me, I don't know. Yes, Ollie, the 7th. I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant. And Holly's blade, obviously. Leave it as it is. Okay, then I will. I can do nothing. Nothing is easy. Sorry, I feel absolutely knackered after running earlier. Oh, I very nearly just went to sleep instead, but hey ho. I said I'd be on at 7:30, and I am. I honestly don't know. I don't really know much about everything that goes on in Bloodborne. I will just run around and grind for a bit until I run across something that's stronger than me that kills me, and then I'll work harder and grind. Hey Naomi, thank you for popping in. Thank you for your stream earlier as well. Hey you guys! Hey Adam, that's no problem. I'm not going to be a slave driver and say you need to go running, you need to do it now. It's too dark. Of course, yeah, I forgot that you play football on a Wednesday. Hopefully you win again. I remember 4-2. Oh, we'll go wandering. I can never remember where I did. Oh Christ! By that then, Naomi, I assume that you've played this before. We are supposed to fall down a couple of times. Yeah, man. My memory's good. I pay attention. Oh, that's good. Okay, you have played it before, so you know everything that's going to happen. There won't be any spoilers in here for you. I think because Sadie hasn't played this game, so she said, oh, I really want to watch, but I can't because I don't want to spoil the remake for myself. It's like, okay, it's fine. Don't worry. It's fair enough. Right, let's take these bad boys out. So those of you that were here for the last stream, you'll see that I have done a bit of grinding this afternoon. Oh, I missed it. So we actually have all of Cloud's limit breaks apart from his final one, the Omni Slash now. And I'm definitely going to save Eris's one. No, I know it's going to be a different name, but I think because we don't know, she doesn't want to tempt fate and spoil things for herself. Hey Soraxis, how are you doing? So I don't know if you saw in the description what I plan on doing. Oh crap! I was supposed to fall that down there. Oh well. We've got transform material, which I'm not going to use. Yeah, so I'm probably going to... well, obviously I'm going to get to Coral. I'm going to do the Gold Saucer stuff. Coral Prison, which is a lot longer than... Actually, I think I went the right way. Coral Prison, the Chocobo Race, and get to Gagonga. I don't know about Cosmo Canyon. that might be beyond us because I know Tiny's streaming at 9:30. And I think I've worked out how to raid. I think. We'll see. We'll find out in a couple of hours, I suppose. I know where the shack is, computer. Let's move on. So yeah, I'll stream for an hour, and then I told everybody this morning that I would tell you my dream from last night. So I will do that, and then we'll stream for another hour after it. I am kind of, what was it, 20 something? I'm way ahead of where I need to be, basically. So yeah, grinding this afternoon was a bit tricky for it. Just because I think to get Cloud from one level to the next... Oh, I didn't want to do that. One level to... I'm being stupid. That's fine. To get from Cloud from one level to the next, it took about 20 battles, and even sticking on 3 times speed, it still took a while. But I'll show you in a sec. So yeah, Cloud's 27, Tifa 26, Eris 26, Barrett and Red 13 are about 23, I think. And when I get to the next area, I'll swap Tifa and Eris out and put Barrett and Red 13 in. Of course, doing the gold saucer today means that I'll be doing the date. And I've tried to be as nasty to Eris as I can be within reason. Because, you know, there's little point in dating Eris. Well, Tifa's canon, I would suppose. I've already got the platinum for this, so I've done the date with Barrett, which was fun. Actually, I missed it the first time, so I had to go back and start a new game and power through it and get it again. And again, I don't know if people that have played this game know about the cockatrice that's up the stairs. We'll go and do that in a sec. So we'll use finishing touch first, and then we'll go from there. But obviously Tifa's canon, surely. I say there is. I have to say, I knew there was a way to get up here. They're not going to be happy that I'm going to take the stuff. Of course I'm going to take it. I mean, we're going to have to fight for it, but we'll take it. Oh well. We'll have to do. Have to do. I don't think I've ever got 4 hits in one go before. But it was worth it for the Phoenix Downs. We stole them. We got them. Oh, and I forgot I need to go all the way back now. Spoilers! Although, to be fair, I think everybody by now should know what happens to Eris. If you don't know, why not? No, that's true. No, you didn't. It's just every time I see Eris's name, oh well, we know what's going to happen to her. I could really do with healing Tifa, as I wasn't paying attention. They're picking on her something rotten. You watch. Oh, that's a relief. What's an Aerith? I can't tell if you're being serious or not, Harvey. And as you can see, say all that grinding meant I now have a lot of funds. So when we get to the next town. Okay, so Harvey, she's a character in the game. No, in the English translation, it translated to Aerith, so that's what I know her as. But she was actually supposed to be called Aerith, as Naomi says. So I assume in the remake she'll be being called Aerith. I suppose we'll find out in a couple of months. I was thinking about this as well while running today. So I've got basically what 9-10 weeks to finish this by the time that the remake comes out. So no pressure. I say Aerith as well, and I hope you will be. Although I always call Red 13 Anarchy. Because, you know, that is his name. Not going to give him his Hojo name. And of course, at least now we've actually seen Red 13 in the latest trailer. I don't know if anybody else was actually waiting for it, but I was desperate to see him. But Square have done an excellent job in hyping me up anyway for it. I can't wait for the remake. I want it now. Well, that's fair enough. Although, can you give Red 13 both at the same time, or do you have to choose favourites? Righty. So yeah, the reason we go down here is again there's a secret room. Which again, I assume, Naomi, you've seen all of this. Okay, well that's fair enough. And I suppose you could just alternate between the two. Again, this has been, I don't know how many times I've played through this game now, but it's a few. I was looking at it today and thinking, will I get to Nibelheim? But no, I won't. Because, you know, when you were on about levelling earlier, all I was thinking is, would I be strong enough to take on Lost Number in the Shinra Mansion? And according to the glory of the internet, yes, I am, but I don't think I would be. I always find that one of the most difficult fights in the game. Well, at this point anyway, when you actually run across him for the first time. You come back later and it's a doddle. But it's a toughie. There's a couple of toughies in this one. Carry armour I always find really tricky. And the demon wall. That's also hard. Oh, the limit breaks, I cannot remember where they are. I know, Jarvis, but thank you for sharing. I did see. Thank you. And I hope you're feeling a bit better. So this is another staple of Final Fantasy games with the bombs that just get bigger and bigger and bigger and then they explode on you. We've wiped it out easy. So you can see that how with the battle how much the EXP bar went up, which was nothing. I suppose if I'd come here at the correct level, it would have been fine. I don't know if they're in everyone, but close to it. Oh, this is going to be fun. Right, let's take this one out first. They're certainly in this one, obviously. They're in 8 because there's a card for them. 9, they're on the Prima Vista at the very beginning of the game. 10, there are definitely them. 12, they're on the. There's that giant bomb on the bridge in the Salika Wood. I can't remember about 13. It's been so long since I played 13, I can't remember. And they're in 14, I don't know if they're in 15. Again, 15 I can't remember either. Oh, there's loads of staples. Again, the same Moogles and Chocobos aren't really in this one. I know Catsif's got his Moogle. They're not really in this one very much. I know Chocobos you get with the racing, but they're more prevalent in other games. 9 especially. I love the Moogle system in 9. Here we go, you're going to get some backstory for Barrett now. Nice greeting, coming to town, gets punched in the face. Well, if as long as I don't screw up, we'll do the Chocobo race. Which that I might screw up, but we'll see. So you're going to see the backstory of Coral a bit later. So I won't ruin it yet. I was on the world map where you can just call him and call him and call him. You get a trophy for that, I think. Ooh, intrigue. It's his fault. Let's go to the shops. Don't need that because we've already got it. Probably not going to need most of these, but there we go. They should love me. I'm pumping money into their economy. Just not that guy. Oh Christ, what am I doing? We might need some new weapons, depends on how good they are. That's pretty good. That's also good. I'm going to lose my all for clouds, so I'm going to have to sort out my materia as well. Oh, and it's double growth too. So we have to get rid of the all. We use that one. Right, let's switch this around. We'll give Tifa an all materia. Should be easier for the battles. There we go. And now we can stick some more materia in. We'll start using the summons. Oh. Ta-da! Done. It just shows how well you know the game. And thank you for hosting me. Thank you. So we're just going to use the PHS, swap out the team. I like to use the lowest leveled party members just to try and boost them up again. Yeah. And now we should just be able to exchange. Cool. We'll save. So we're about to go to the Gold Saucer with either the best or the most annoying music, depending on how long you have to listen to it for. I know what you mean about you just... Actually, I like this music. This one's awesome. I know what you're saying though about you can't... You can pick this up and years after the last time you played it, still know what's going on. It's been a couple of... Basically since the PS4 port came out, since I played it and got the plat for it, since I've played this, but now I still know everything. Well, more or less everything that's going to happen. Hey Blue! Thank you for popping in. Oh, and also, thanks very much for popping in yesterday during Undertale. I was telling Tiny that you and Andy were carrying that stream for me, so thank you. Oh, I know they could go absolutely mental with the Gold Saucer in the remake. We're about to find out. I think all the stuff with Dine, and I like him. I really like him. Going by what they did with the Gold Saucer in 14, yeah, I'd be really surprised if they didn't go all out with it. So this is our introduction to Dine, and probably our first proper look at Scarlet, really. Oh, well, that's good to hear. Thank you. I'm glad I can entertain you for a couple of hours. I'll try and do the same again, but you know what I'm like. He's a trier. Oh god, she's such a cat. Scarlet. I'm looking forward to the end of this too. Yes, she was. They've done a really, really good job with the remake. From my point of view. I mean, again, I was already invested anyway. As soon as it was announced, I was like, well, I want it, and I want it, and I want it now. But everything that they've done so far has been spot on. I wish, actually no, so the only thing that we could have hoped for was to get the demo. Especially as, you know, it's playable. I know last year's EGX, there was a playable demo there for people to do. So why they couldn't have just released it, I don't know. If they're going to save it for like a month before the game comes out, fair enough, but announce it. Announce that's not what you're going to do. Because I will spend a day playing it. Well, with regards to the remake, I did say when I started doing this stream that I would hope to have this finished in time for the remake, and then I would play the remake on a Wednesday, but I don't know if people actually going to want it, so we'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. So Barrett's just saying that he lost his wife. The whole town got destroyed, basically. Yeah, they might give it to us, I don't know. You'd think that they would. It's there, it's done. People have played it, so why not release it? So we're going to get a little FMV now of the Gold Saucer. So I know, Naomi, you've streamed today, and Blue's sleepy, okay. Apart from that, have you got up to much today? yeah, the demo would be very beneficial. It's there to sell the game. You get a snapshot, a little taste of what's coming, and then you can be more likely, I suppose, than to play it, because it's going to be good. It's not like they're going to release a demo and it's going to be horrendous and people are just going to say it's broken and then not buy it. Oh, hang on. Can I buy... I can buy the lifetime pass straight away and get it done and get it out of the way. Don't have to go grinding later on. The only bad thing about this little bit of the gold saucer is the save point here doesn't actually appear every time you enter onto the screen. You have to go in and out. Oh Christ, and you need gold saucer pieces as well. No, Harvey, they've kind of done a bit of both. They've given you the option. Apparently there's going to be a time-based system. Turn-based system if you want it, and there's going to be a more action-based system if you want it. Again, I suppose that we'll find out a bit more information, when the game actually comes out. I think it won't be the same as 15, but it's something similar. Me, what have I done today? I'm trying to think now. I did coursework this morning, for a little bit this afternoon, and then what did I do? Oh, I went running, didn't I? And I listened to your stream while I was running. So I was watching you and Lawman went running, and came home and just kind of vegged out for a couple of hours until it was my turn, my time. And just set this up and got ready, and then spoke to you guys. See, 15's weird. When I played it, so that 15 came out just before I got married. So I basically wanted to have the game finished by the time we went on honeymoon, which I think it did. And as I was playing it, no, I tell a lie, I didn't finish it, definitely didn't. When I was playing it, I really enjoyed it. Now, I went back a couple of weeks, maybe a month or so ago, reinstalled it again just to see, how good New Game Plus was going to be, because obviously they added some story stuff in. Couldn't get it down. Couldn't get the warp striking down, so even though I was incredibly overpowered for the beginning of the game, the fights were still lasting quite a while. Not like 5 minutes or anything, but they were still lasting for a while. So if you didn't like it then, how did you find Kingdom Hearts? Were you a fan of that, Naomi? Okay, oh, I see, Wicker. There's only room for one. But it's Tifa then, isn't it? Surely. See, I wasn't actually paying attention to any of the story stuff. But the battle arena's closed for now, isn't it? It's only until we have to do the cat and the keystone. And you get that. Harvey, did you finish Persona 5? Remember exactly what the hell I'm supposed to be doing? We'll go to Wonder Square. Do I have to go and see? Oh, here we go, that is it. Harvey, well done, you got comment 69. So I've played Persona 5 3 times and got to exactly the same spot in all 3. I've finished the second palace, started the third one, and then stopped all 3 times. I can't explain it. Don't know why. The name's Kate Sif. Completely useless for 75% of the game. I've only played Kingdom Hearts 1. I've got the I bought the box set in inverted commas, through PSN. So I have everything up to, but not including Kingdom Hearts 3. I love how Cloud says, I want you to... how I need to find Sephiroth, and he doesn't bat an eyelid, because Sephiroth's quite famous. Yeah, I own all the Kingdom Hearts, but again, I've only played Kingdom Hearts 1, and that's only up to the Little Mermaid area, because I hate underwater levels. But I liked it. Apart from that bit, I liked it, but that was enough to make me stop, and I just haven't picked it up since. Again, it's on the backlog, but we all know how big that backlog is. Even worse now that we've got all those indie games for the Tuesday streams. He just wants one more chance. I'm sure it would be. I enjoyed it. It's just that one level that I just couldn't get on with. So all I mean, it's an RPG essentially. All I would have to do is just go away, grind for a bit, come back, and it'll be fine. I just didn't enjoy that one bit. Now, I've heard mixed things about Kingdom Hearts 3. Is the fact that it's quicker good or bad? He's coming with us now. But honestly, it doesn't really matter about Cat Sith. I know, I just not really that fussed with them. They just slow up your movement. Wonder Square Games. We'll get some. I know, I want to buy some. No, because I don't have any GP yet. These are all mini games that we can play a bit later on. You know, the submarine game, I've never had a problem with it. Again, I've heard loads of people say that it's really difficult, and I've literally destroyed the other sub in seconds at various times. Right, where do I want to go? It makes sense to start with one. That's how I like doing things generally. When I tried playing the Bioshock games, I started with one. Where am I? Okay. But I didn't really like... hot take, I didn't really like it. Oh, okay, with the underwater reactor. Or you mean when you can actually go underwater in the sub and you go to the Crash Galnica and you could, in theory, go and fight Emerald Weapon. Oh, it's Dio. That's who we need to see. Hey, boy. Boy? Good for you, boy. So, have you played the PlayStation 4 port? Have you done all the trophies? Yes, I know what it is. That's only because I played this game before. He sure did. Number 1, which is interesting. I like the fact that they've just sowed the seeds of the reunion in there already. Again, when you're first playing through this game, you'd have no idea what the tattoos mean. Okay, so we're going to have to go to the battle arena. And hopefully it's open now. Oh yes it is. Look at that guard. He's doing such a good job. And now he's dead. That's it, you just run off, boy. And this is why when we first got to the Gold Saucer, we're only allowed to have one person in the party, because Kesef just comes along for the ride. Nope, he did not. He's got bigger fish to fry. That's it. It just puts there's little bits and pieces there. It's like when you do the flashback at Calm, and you're in the Shinra mansion, the basement. You know where Vincent is. He's still there while it's all going on. And obviously you can't get to. There's also the tanks that get used later on. And there's all those kind of little nuggets that you can just pick out. I mean, it's testament to the story that this game is 20 odd years old and I'm still playing it, and it's still my favourite of the FFs. Run, 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 run. So again, people that watched the first stream will remember this music from On the Train. You probably won't, but it was. You can trust me. I am very trustworthy. On the thing that Quick Hatch put up a couple of days ago, I even gave myself 10 out of 10 for trustworthiness. Now, whether or not you can trust that answer remains to be seen. It's the gateway to heaven. We're going down. Down where? Down there. So of all the fun of the fair with the Gold Saucer, now we come to this piece of craptastic wasteland. Coral Prison. And basically this is the original town. And this is where Coral used to be. And then they just built the Gold Saucer on top of it. Although it's never actually explained who built the Gold Saucer. The assumption is, I've always assumed it would be Dio, because he's the one that runs it. But in theory, it could have been the Shinra. They got up to a lot of scamps, a lot of bad scamps. No, he's not a killer. From this game, Harvey, or from any FF? Okay. Right. Well, the characters from 1 are just interchangeable. 2 meh, 3 meh. 4 Kane's pretty cool. Shadow from 6 is cool. I like Sid from this. Sorry, I'm thinking. Either Oren from 10 or Bash from 12. They've got the battle experience. Oh, here we go, the guy's going to follow me. They've got the battle experience and they're hard as well. I feel sorry for Bash. His story was kind of neutered in 12 and they could have done so much more of it. And I know that they were going to, until they changed their mind about who the main character in 12 was going to be. Because originally it was supposed to be Bosch. Varn and... oh Christ, I haven't done that. Varn and Pinello were just added in as afterthoughts. See, this is a good thing that I go round. To cover what happened in the past when the original Coral was burned down. It is Dion, it is Kate Sif that you see. Not my favourite character. Oh, actually, yes, I did want to speak to you earlier. In that if I get a chance, I will get Yuffie. Okay, I know how big a fan you are of her, and I missed the opportunity earlier in the last stream. Yeah, as I say, it's not actually explained. Is it the Shinra that built it? You mean Leviathan, I assume, Harvey? I like Yuffie. The first time I played this game, I did not enjoy going to Wutai, because that is really difficult when you are not expecting to have all your materia taken, and you have a reliance on cure spells and that kind of stuff. That was rough for a bit. It'll be fine this time. I do plan on going to Wutai and doing all the stuff there, because it should be horribly over leveled, and I like to show people Don Corneo again. All the summons in 15 were amazing. Graphically it was fine, it was just the story that let it down, which, considering they had 10 years to make it, was a shame, real shame. Because there are bits about 15 that I really like, but it's just bits. It's not a complete game. That's why it's so low on my rankings. I know, right? Let's say you have a reliance on your materia just for, say, like curing, and then suddenly it's all gone. But yeah, this time we should be fine. So yeah, I do intend on doing all the kind of side stuff. I want to do the Lucrezia stuff as well, because that's really cool. Everything to do with Zack I want to do. Whether or not we'll do Ruby and Emerald, I don't know about that. So again, this is just a flashback to the past. And we'll learn a bit more information about one of the secondary characters from the start of the game. Oh, if we can have villains, then yeah, Sephiroth, totally. Actually, I tell you who is underrated, and that's Vanille from 13. You get Death with her, and wow, she's a bit of a beast. Yes, yeah. So Harvey asked if he asked me if you'd got into a fight after coming out of Weatherspoons, who would you want to have your back? And my choices were Auron and Bash. I would also consider Kane from 4, Shadow from 6, and Vanille. Now, the first time I played 13, I didn't like her, but when I actually played through it the second time and understood a little bit more about the game and the story, then she grew on me, and now I like her. So, same with 12. I did not understand the story at all the first time I played FF12, and then when the Zodiac Age edition came out and I went through it again, it all made sense and it was fine, and I enjoyed it a lot more. It's actually now 3rd on my rankings. That's a great game, the Zodiac Age edition. Well, we know who the other guy that had the operation is. There you go, it's going to be Dyne. So again, this is one of my favourite bits of the game. It's quite underrated, the stuff to do with Barrett and Dyne. And again, it's one of those bits I really hope that they put in the remake. Essentially, when they get that far, it might be part 2 or 3, but whatever it will be. Hey Shaq, how you doing? Yeah, it is the classic. I would love to say that it's the remake, but unfortunately, alas, I do not. So of the people that have played 13, who has played the entire trilogy? Because I've only played 13 and 13-2. I didn't get around to Lightning Returns, and I really wish that I had. And I really wish that I hadn't got rid of my PS3, because I would be playing those games. Okay, so yeah, the Zodiac Age edition, way better than the original 12. Way better. I mean, 4 times speed helps to begin with. Do you mean like on Xbox, Shaquille? There we go. Oh, actually, I like Iris in the team. Oh no, she can't heal because I've got level 2 limit breaks on. We'll go with the lowest ranked people. Yeah, 4 times speed in the Zodiac Age edition is godly. It makes the game so much better. Right, let's get rid of some of this. Steel, fire. Oh no, that's okay. We'll go with what I've got. And so the thing is, the 13 trilogy used to be on PlayStation Now, and then they took it off, and that would be the only reason that I would. No, not the only reason I get PlayStation Now, but if it was on there, I would definitely have it so I could play that trilogy again. Because you can't play it for the PS4. Oh, they nicked some money. The question is, Dion. Well, we'll do actually. The 2 questions is: have you beaten Yaizamat, and have you got the platinum? Oh, we didn't get any sound effect then. Yeah, you can ruin that game. You can completely annihilate it, which is great. That's what you want from RPGs. I'll be honest, I would play 13 even if they didn't have the speed boosters in there. The battle system for it's really good, and now I actually understand the story, I would actually make sense. Okay, so Yaizamat, again, you have to remember I am not the most skilled of players, but it took me hours. I reckon it took about 5 or 6 hours for me to beat it. Just going in and out of the fight constantly. But I wanted the platinum, and I have it. And like with 10, well, that's true, yeah, if you can't break it, is it an RPG? No. Yeah. No, I don't want to be on that side of the ravine. Oh, it's sick! And he can basically one-shot you whenever he chooses. It is a disgusting fight. But I've done it, and I've got the trophy to prove it, and it's done, so I don't have to do it again, and I won't do it again. Even if I do want to play 12 again, which I kind of do. One of the ideas that I had was just on the Wednesdays is to just play the FF games in a row, but again, I don't know how I feel about that. He's going to escape with my money. So you basically got 2 tiers of plats for FF. You got ones that are achievable and are easy and are fine, and then you got ones that are sick. So the plat for this was a doddle. I don't have the platinum for 8, but actually I'm on the wrong side. I was supposed to be on the other side, wasn't I? Oh, it doesn't matter. The platinum for 8 is fine, although I haven't done it. I haven't invested the time into it. The platinum for 9 can get the boat. I'm never ever gonna get that just because of the jump rope. The Excalibur is hard enough. But yeah, this is not going to end well for me, is it? Excuse me. I was wondering when we were going to have a battle. Yeah, so 9 I'm never going to do. 10 I already have the platinum for, but again, I've said this before, but it took 184 hours to get the platinum for 10. 10-2 I tried to get the platinum for, but you've got to be really careful about what you do and don't do at all points. You have to do it with a guide, basically, and it just wasn't any fun. So yeah, that went by the wayside too. Obviously 11 didn't come out on the PlayStation 4. 12 I've got the Platinum 4, and 12 was fine. That was fine. I believe 13 is okay. It just takes some time. 12 and Lightning, 13-2 and Lightning Returns I don't know. 14 is fine, but it would take a long time to get the Platinum for, and 15 was easy. The one for Type 0 was easy, and the one for World of Final Fantasy was easy as well. Yeah, for 10-2 you have to have a guide. If you don't, you're stumped. We're just going to carry on going right. I'm just going to carry on doing it. If I die, I die. Oh no, it's going to take us back to the beginning, so that's fine. You know, if you're going to do this, Chocobo Man, you could just give us a lift out of the prison. Well, I think I've said before I have 5 FF plats, I think. So 7, 10, 12, 15, no 6. Yes, that's right, see I've got 6 FF plats. The only series that comes close is Assassin's Creed, and I've got 5. Whoa, Dion, you... Oh, see, there we go. That was, how quick was that getting to the where we needed to go? You are going to have to invest some time into that, my friend. And okay, what we're going to need to do, because I know what's going to happen, is we need to remove, arrange, and we need to help Barrett out here. Cure. Long range. That's about as much as I need, to be honest. Maybe a spell. Obviously, you know my preference and what I've just chosen. We're not going to need that because if he's dead, he's dead. But if you could pick one of fire, lightning, ice, and earth, which one would you go for and why? The Chocobo minigame, that's not so bad. I've done that in about half an hour. Blitzball takes time to get the sigil or crest, whichever way around is for Waka. Just because it's so many. It wouldn't dodge 50, that'd be easy, but when it's 200. And yet again, say Blitzball, fine as a game, but I find it takes too long. There's 5-minute halves, and they generally take 10 minutes each. So again, it's a time sink. You've got to put the time in. Same with the capture, the enemy capture later on. Well, those are fair enough reasons. Again, Shiva's one of those staples that she appears in every game eventually. Although I like how they did it in 12, and they had the summons from Tactics, and they used all the conventional summons as names for the airships. That was quite cool. And this is Dine. Bang. Excuse me. See, I will know basically from this bit in part 2, maybe part 3, however many episodes are doing. If this stuff is in the remake, then I will be happy. See me, I would probably go Lightning. No real reason, I just think it's the coolest. And this is where we find out that Marlene, the little girl that Barrett is apparently the dad of, he's not a dad after all. And as I say, it explains Barrett's backstory. I would be surprised if they didn't put it in. It seems like they're doing all that. I mean, if they can put the cross-dressing cloud in, I'm sure they can put this in. Which I'm so glad that they've left it in, because they should do. If they're going to be faithful to the original material. I'm hoping it's. I know they're going to add stuff because they have to. But everything that's in this should be in, well, within reason. Everything that's in this should be in the remake. And we're really interested to see what they do with the fella in the pipe in Midgar. Is he still going to be there? Oh well, Naomi, you didn't see part 2, where we did the whole cross-dressing cloud bit. Absolutely nailed it, got everything. Here comes the awesome music. Again, I always found this fight a bit tough, just because you are on your own. Whoa, that's not what I wanted. This is where you could do with haste materia, but that doesn't come for a while. Oh yeah, don't worry, so when we did the cross-dresser bit, I was all in on making sure that we did it properly. Basically because Emma said that she wanted to see it. But you know, it's part of the game. It's a bit of fun. I suppose they had to put it in with the world that we live in now, but I'm very glad that they did, because they should do. God, the character models are so horrendous. Probably should have used Cure 2 rather than Cure 1. I'm afraid you're going to have to forgive me after the fight's over and we actually get our party back, because I'm going to need to sort out materia again. Well, that's true. It's just a bit of fun, isn't it? Okay, now shit's going down. I've just used my limit break, and I'm going to really need to use Cure 2. So I tell you what, we'll do the dying fight and the bit around it, and before we go back up to the gold saucer, I will elaborate on the dream that I had last night that I said I was going to tell people about. Well, that was lucky. Look at this Shinra, messing everything up for everybody. It is quite sad, actually. Dine's so far gone he can't save himself, and he won't let Barrett do it either. Not even for Marlene. Nope, she doesn't know you, mate. That's why it's so good, and that's one of the reasons I really want it to be in the remake. Really do. And he says that Marlene's already 4. And yet Barrett and Tifa let her run the bar in Sector 7 in the first part of the game. Well, hopefully it'll be gut-wrenchingly sad. Not quite as bad as what happens at the end of Disc 1, but it should have some impact if they really want to flesh out Barrett's character. I know, but it just doesn't get thought of. Nobody really remembers Dine. Excuse me. As I said yesterday, I'm really going to have to get a new chair for streaming. This computer chair that we've got is terrible. I want to go up. And the only way we can do that is win the choker race. It's just me then. I didn't quite always. What gets me from it isn't actually what happens. It's just the bit afterwards when the realization kicks in, and her theme just carries on playing as you leave the city of the ancients. What are you about? Nothing. Because again, I don't know about you guys, but this was the first FF that I played, and it was the first RPG that I played, which again was probably one of the reasons why this is my favourite. But the impact that it had was so much more. Here's a character that you've had for 20-30 hours more, and have invested time into. You've leveled them up and got their limit breaks, for goddamn it, and then they're gone, and they're not coming back. So here we go, here's the pressure. When we press the buttons in the first reactor, I did it first time. With the wire getting up to the Shinra building, I did it first time. Can I do the chocobo race first time? No pressure, Cloud. Hey, it's Asta. She should punch him for that. So, Dion, how did you did you say that you played 15? Yeah, I'm gonna have to know the controls because I cannot remember. Okay, I meant halfway through and the end of the game. How did you feel? Well, we want manual. Up and down. Okay, that's fine. Again, I really enjoyed the world of Ruin in 15, but they could have done more with that. That's the thing with 15, it just feels like a missed opportunity. And we get the Chocobo theme. I like how we've managed to do this in code and not spoil 15 for people that haven't played it. And I got to remember, after we win the Chocobo race, there's some materia here that we've got to grab. That's it, spoiler friendly. Which bit of 6? There are some that are oh yeah, that's a good point, I can get it now. There's some bits, the opera for example, and basically all of Terra's story, that yeah, it's really bad. Not really bad, you know what I mean. It's a whopper game. I would love to see them do a remake of that, to be honest. Can you imagine if they did a remake of 6 and not just a remaster or something? Okay, no pressure. That's fine, Blue. You can be distracted if you want. Yes, General Sellers. To be honest, Ian, I don't see why they don't just re-release them all the time. They did the ports for them for the PlayStation 3. I mean, if I wanted to play them, I have them on iOS, and I have them. I've actually got the physical copies. I've got The discs versions of 1 to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10, 2 and 12, but at my parents' house. Which I should probably steal back at some point. I got it. What's the worst that could happen? We lose and we have to do the race again. See, I always find the chucklers a bugger. They never do what you want them to. And I know that's part of the mechanic, but God, it's a pain in the ass. Would have helped if I switched it to manual here. So I kind of messed up already. So we might need to do this a second time. Because what I like to do is get off to a decent start and then leave speed boost for the end, so that you can power through. But I don't think we're going to do it first time this time. Basically because I left it on auto instead of having manual. Oh god, this is brutal. They stole your game. Bastards. Yep, he died. Totally ruined it. Totally bodged the start. I know, too bad. Oh well. Well, I don't blame you. When it was me and other people at school, what we did, we just swapped. So if I borrowed a game off somebody, they would be borrowing one of mine. Excuse me. Sneeze and die. Yeah, so if somebody wanted to borrow Metal Gear, I'd borrow FF, whatever. Although I wouldn't borrow FF because I always bought them on release, as soon as they came out. I can remember when FF8 came out, and when I was growing up, there's a group of 6 of us that would always go out and play football and what have you, and 2 of us, me and my friend Alex, were massive FF fans, and we basically did a sleepover and we just played FF8 until we went to sleep. I can just remember us sitting in my friend's living room with it on, thinking, this is amazing. And now if you look at the graphics for 8, like compared to now, they're not great. Much better than this, obviously the character models are loads better. I will let you get off into a lead. I've managed to conserve the speed boost this time. And I can actually steer the Chocro instead of just into everybody else's arse. See, this is what I did in the first race. I burnt myself out too quickly. See, there are loads of people in the community. Quick Hatch's favourite one is 8 as well. And it's the middle ground. Did I say it was 7th, I think, in my rankings? And again, partially it's triple triad. Well, how easy was that? You get some classic. Oh wow! Some classic FF music. We are home free. Okay, so what is it about 8 that makes it your favourite? See, with 8, I like Squall, obviously, although there are bits that annoy me about Squall. So, for example, when you go into space and you manage to look your way onto the Ragnarok and fight through all the propagators that are on there and get control of it. And then there's the scene with Squall and Renoa, and he's already realised from when she was comatose that he likes her. And then he says that to her, and you think, okay, well that's it, you've got together. And then immediately when they get back to Earth, he lets her get taken away, and then immediately after that he takes her back. It just that was quite jarring. We're just gonna have to use a tent, I think. Oh, we got the buggy. Right, okay. We went through that a lot quicker than I thought I was gonna. Let's use a tent. And I knew we had 11, so we might as well make it a nice even 10. So yeah, I like Squall. I kind of like Laguna, even though he can be. I can see why people get annoyed by him. I like Quiztis and I like Selfie, but I can't get on board with Renoa for some reason. Obviously, I like Seifer. He's badass, and I love Triple Triad. Righty, so now we can cross the rivers. The question is, so we do have a forest. See, I only played. There was a Tactics on the Game Boy that I played a little bit of. I didn't play a lot of it, but again, Tactics is kind of Marmite. There are people that love that game, and if they love it, they really fucking love that game. And then there are people that don't like it, and then there are people like me that haven't played it really. So there you go. You could argue that the opening cutscene to 8 is the best bit about that game. It could be argued. That song is fantastic, Libri Fatale. It might be the best song of that game. Although the boss battle music for that is good too. So I think Dion knows what we're going to try and do now. But unfortunately we didn't get it. And I didn't sort the materia out like I said that I was gonna. Bugger. Oh, the sorceresses are cool in 8 as well. I like that as well. This could also not go well. Have you really? That's amazing. Big, small. What have you got? Is it Adia's face? Come on, just jab the other guys. Just do it. Oh, well, Barrett's going to be dead. We'll just have to cheese our way to a victory. Oh, come on, Clyde, you can do it. That was more difficult than I thought it was going to be. Oh, good, it doesn't carry over. So, Dion, the thing is, can you remember everything that you have to say to Yuffie after you've beaten her? I couldn't, but I've got it on my phone in front of me. Because, oh jeez, I forgot the materia again. Because I knew that I was going to get the chance to do this, and I wanted to get it done as soon as I could. That's why I said earlier. I would like to do the Lost Number fight when I get to Nibelheim, but it's a difficult one. Although, according to what I've read online, I am already at the level that I should need to beat Lost Number. Although I've always found that fight pretty brutal. Hey, that's fine. I'm jealous of you. I would love to be eating dinner. I've not eaten for a while, but I decided I wanted to do the stream instead. So don't have too much sympathy for me. Right, materia. That's what we're going to do, because it needs sorting, doesn't it? Hey Harkness, how are you doing? It's no problem. I know you've had a long day, stressful day. So thanks for popping in. It's going well, apart from having to take 2 goes to do the Chocobo race, because I forgot to turn the Chocobo's gears from automatic to manual. It's gone fine. Rode a luck a bit a couple of times, but no, it's been alright. Right, so we want Elemental, and give what I want to give Cloud Fire. Actually, we've got 4 all materials. Might as well use them. Cure. Right. So who's my healer? So Red 13's my healer, so you need to give him life. Are you itching to see your young lady friend? I'm just sticking all this material now just to get the AP for it, really. This is what I could have done. Might as well use the summons, hey? Oh, remake, okay, fine. That's it, yeah, because we were only going to the end of Midgar in the remake, so we won't get Yuffie. To be honest, I think I always find with this that the game picks up once you get to Cosmo Canyon. Once you get through that bit and you get to Nibelheim, you kind of get rid of most of the filler, and then it's all important stuff from then on, really. Yeah, see, that's why I didn't get why they were releasing part 1 on the PS4. Why they weren't just going to leave it until do it as like a PS5 launch title. It's fine, Harvey. Thank you very much for coming in. It's always good to see you. It would make sense for them to do it as a trilogy. If they do any more than 3 parts, it'll just get silly, and it'll really begin to turn people off. But I can cope with 3 parts. First part, Midgar, because again in the original discs 2 and especially 3. They're quite short. Yeah, if they do disc 1 to the end of Midgar, disc 2 to the second part to the end of where disc 1 is in this, and then the rest of the game is part 3. I think that'd be fine, because again it has your second act, then the second game ending on a not necessarily a cliffhanger, but on a real emotional kicker. It does just make sense having 3 parts. But then, like when because they're going to have to re-release it, the remake for PS5, surely, because when they do the 3 games, if it is 3 games, they're going to have to then release it as a trilogy box set, I'd imagine. Yeah, I would be pissed off, but I'd still buy them all because I want it. Okay, do you reckon that I can't get Yuffie here? Because it's supposed to be any forest that you can get her from, or is she just playing hard to get? I know they will. I imagine they will do a trilogy collection, and then they'll do editions of it with stuff and make money off that as well. Which again, you can't blame them. You know, this is a cash grab, the remake, but I don't care. Look at Yuffie being all coy. Now I wasn't paying attention the last time because I have enemy skill materia equipped now. Did I get the enemy skill? I didn't look. Oh yeah, the music in this is fantastic. And it helps this time that I don't have the music on super loud. I've managed to work out the sound levels and how to get it quite right. Yeah, it will be, and I'll still end up buying it on multiple... I've said before, I've bought FF7 6 times already. And so the remake will be the 7th time, and then I'll buy it probably on PS5 as well, and that'll be the 8th time. Whoa, Dion, you couldn't even be able to play Cold Steel 3? Well, you know, there's always Duck Game later. Oh, and oh no, she won't get this now. But Naomi really wants to play that Duck Game. Ah, she's back now. Isn't that right, Naomi? You really want to play Dion at Duck Game? And Dion, I did already say to Sadie about because she'd mentioned about Crash Team Racing being part of Sunday Fun Days. Like, well, if it's girls versus boys, we're just going to nominate Dion and win. That's it. I like to cause trouble in the chat. Sorry, I don't know how long this is going to take. Hopefully sooner rather than later. We'll just have to weekly beat these frogs into submission. Dion, I think with your muscle memory and how much time you put into Crash Team Racing, I think you'll be fine. And I don't want to get complacent about this, but I think even you at 90% is going to be better than most people. You've got all the shortcuts down, you know where to go, you know... Yeah, you'll be fine. Soft. But they've spelled soft incorrectly. Isn't it supposed to be S-A-W-F-T? Oh, bloody hell. That only got stuck in my head is because I was watching some of the... I've started watching all the takeovers one by one. So I watched the first 3 today, and in the last one, Enzo had a singles match, so that's what's put it back in my head. I know, right? The RNG is not being kind to Stevie Houdini today. We're definitely not going to be able to do Cosmo Canyon. I won't get through it in time. But we will do Gongaga, or Gungaga, however you want to pronounce it. I suppose if anything it just gives me an excuse to build up my gil. After I've spent 30k on the gold saucer pass. It reduced my funds a fair bit. Excuse me. Gongaga? It's one of those things, isn't it, because there's no voice acting, you have to make up your own pronunciations. So in our school, chocobos always called chocobos, so I've grown up with always calling them chocobos. And then when 10 came out, I was like, what the hell? This is all wrong. Same with, is it Sifa or Cypher? I say Sifa. You know what I mean anyway. Yeah, it's Gongaga. Again, that's not a long bit of the game, so we'll definitely have time to do that and do a little bit of backstory. side quest backstory. See, I say it as Chocobo, but it's just been ingrained now with all the voice acting that it's supposed to be the other way. And it amazes me, I suppose it's because we're used to Zinedine Zidane, that people call Zidane Zidane. I find that weird as well. So sorry guys, this is a bit boring. What I'm doing is just pressing X. I've just got my finger down on X. Sorry, I've got my finger down on cross. She's trying my patience, man. She's really trying my patience. See, that's actually one of the reasons that I've considered streaming and playing 10 again. And just because of the voice acting, it means that if I'm not talking for every 5 seconds, there's at least some speech going on. I know she's been a tease. Because I remember Dion saying one of your streams on the Discord about how much she liked your film. I was like, okay, well I can't get her for a while, but... And then when I was planning this morning, I was thinking, do I say anything to him about me getting a new feed? And then when you turned up, I was like, well, I'm definitely doing it now. Ollie, it's fine. Lurking's okay. But only because you were number 7. See, Harness, I've thought I'd love to stream the first Metal Gear, but you're right, it is. I mean, the first one's fine, it's fine, but they do get cutscene heavy. Dion, that's because you know what that scene is about. If the first time you play that game, it's bad, but when you actually get the references behind it, it makes more sense and it gets more meaning, and then it becomes good. But it does get a lot of stick. I personally find the opening to 12 and a lot of stuff that happens in 10-2 worse. Turning Yuna into a pop star. What's all that about? Then again, 10-2 didn't really need to happen in the first place. 10 was such a perfect game, story-wise. It wrapped everything up in a neat little bow. 10-2 was just unnecessary. Don't even really need to heal at the moment. And just wander around. You can see there that the sky was getting darker as we got to Cosmo Canyon. The gameplay in 10-2 with the dress spheres and things is fine. It's just that there are bits of the story that, yeah, they jar a bit. And say Yuna's character in 10 is absolutely perfect. It's fantastic, and then I know they're supposed to show growth and change after what happened. You know, you get the eternal calm. You're not going to stay the same person. But it was just, it was too much of a shift. There's the whole Le Banc massage scene. That's a bit unnecessary. And again, like, it's fine for me, but I know that there are female players that got really put off by 10-2 because of that. Oh yeah, I'd love to see Braska Jektanor, and again, even though we know the ending of it, the main reason I've got for that is I would love to see the final summoning. Oh yes, yes. Brother and his family love for Yuna is also a bit weird. I say it seemed unnecessary, especially as it was the first sequel. If it had been to another game, it might have made more sense. But I say 10 was fine. The ending to 10 is perfect. You don't need to do anything after that. The story's been told. Everything's done. It's fine. But yeah, as I say, then they released 10-2. Part of me thinks the only reason they released 10-2 is because they wanted to give the option to reunite Una and Tidus. Well, this should be nice. Yeah, I'd be all in on the Nebraska Jets and Orange story. Ooh, my back. So my posture's being killed. I'm going to be looking forward to Flamingo and Chill later on, just to try and rest up. I get why you would do at the end of 10. I kind of think 13 did leave itself open for a sequel. To get Vanille and Fang back. But then it all became horribly convoluted. Here we go. About bloody time. The question is, does Dion remember what you need to do? 13-2 is actually a really fun game. Again, I haven't played Lightning Returns. But 13-2 is actually, gameplay-wise, pretty good. So basically, don't go to the save point. Not interested. Yeah, I do not want to mess this up and have to wait 10 minutes again to get the Yuffie fight. Petrified. Scary thing is, Dion is completely right. He does remember all the options correctly. The thing is as well, if you press one button incorrectly by accident, then it's all done, and you have to wait again. There she is. And now we can move on to Congaea. Yeah. And again, because I'm kind, and she's not the lowest party member, we'll pop her in the team. Double growth material, thank you. Oh, we could have done with the white cape earlier. What, that she's in the party? Oh, you're welcome. Actually, who did I swap out? Was it Red 13? Yes. I suppose we'll be kind, we'll give her a throw materia back as it's her thing. So yeah, we've done that. We're going to use the boogie. So I'm just going to save it, do the stuff there, head over to Cosmic Canyon. But yeah, I won't be able to get through Cosmic Canyon today. I've only got 25 minutes left. See, that's it. You can tell with this game that there are some job roles. So Yuffie's obviously a ninja, Aeris is obviously a white mage, but then you get Sid is a dragoon, but then there are some other characters that don't really. Oh, I suppose Tifa's a monk. There are other characters like Kate Sif. You're like, well, what character type are you? This is awesome music as well. It's not always blue. You can talk about other things as well if you want to. They're like, what the hell are we going on about? Oh, here we come, Elena. It's you. I completely forgot about this. It's a good thing we just sorted out materia, isn't it? Which live stream bit? The bit at the top of in the observatory at Cosmo Canyon. It's absolutely fine, Blue. Naomi, I will do it if we have time. But as I say, I'm just conscious that there is somebody going on after me. That's nice. We got a limit break straight away. We will take that. I actually completely forgot about this boss fight. I thought, oh well, you know, we'll just do the Gungaga stuff and it'll be done, and it'll be nice and easy. We just go through there, do a bit of side stuff, and grab some materia from the reactor, and it's all fun. I actually forgot that we were going to do this, so I've got Yuffie as my healer. Oh, I'm following Dion's rule of thumb. Ollie, do you have a headache because I'm talking? I'll take that as a yes. Blue, do you have a headache because I'm talking? Right, here she comes. She's going to need you now. I like how it looks like the root's got half a face there. Well, we did it. That means there's a spy. Okay. Righty, we're going to go this way. Love Death Blow materia, even though it's very temperamental. Not so much of a fan of the enemy skill materia, although like trying's really useful. Oh, that was stupid. Yeah, I know, I've got to go to the reactor. Is it I'm trying to think, is it Titan, this one? I can't remember which one it is, it's been that long. Ollie, you are killing Bloodborne at the moment. I'm way behind you now. Well, you got no chance, one of you on your own. Yes, Harkness, I am before. See, I always have, as much as I can, I have the streams up on the PlayStation 4, watching Twitch there, but I have them on my phone as well, so I can do the chat quicker. So you actually get 2 views for me. And I say I was at the same point as Ollie. and he's forged ahead now. I would like to do that as well. It's just with me, our internet connection's not amazing. Saving that. I want to say that too, and we did. Yeah, so it's difficult. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was plunderful. So this bit's actually the second most interesting bit that happens here. We'll do both. I have to remind me, this is where one of the huge materials later on, isn't it? So when she says, oh dear, or maybe it's just because they're looking for it, I can't remember where they are now. There you go, some internal Shinra politics. Blue, why don't you have your glasses on then, if it's so bad? Yeah, no, I mean, we're not going to have a chance today, I'm afraid, to do Cosmic Canyon, I don't think. Oh, I've messed up there with the all material. Harness, is Olive ever bullying you? you should have seen him bullying Emma during Duck Game. Oh no, it's not. Ah, she's solid. I'm not going to need it for a while. I am really crazy hungry too. Although I've eaten slightly more today than I would do normally. I've had a bowl of cereal and a ginster's pasty, and that's all I've had today. We do have dinner done, but as I say, I decided to stream, or I put myself down for this time, so it's my own fault. But I'll be having dinner in a bit. Oh, I'm also crazy hungry. To be fair, yes she did. She did unleash a verbal attack. It was hilarious. See, I find using my glasses easier when I'm streaming, just because of the type of lenses, rather than using my contact lenses. Sorry, we were talking about my field of work here now, so I know a bit more. So yeah, this is another ruined town, ruined by the Shinra and one of their reactors. But there's some backstory about a side character that's really interesting. And I think it was this house. Nope, this is a shop. Oh, we definitely want time materia. Definitely want that one. Well, if you should wear them, then you should wear them. That's fine. That one. I might as well sell off some of this equipment. Hopefully not the stuff that I've just bought, but hey ho. That's right, let's leave it actually. I'll leave it for now, because I'll end up selling stuff that I don't want to sell. Well, Dion, we did end up playing until 3 in the sorry, not 3, until 5 in the morning. And here we go. This is where we want to go. Oh, damn it! I should have brought Aeris with me. Oh well. So this old couple are asking about their son Zach. He used to work for Shinra. Why does his name sound familiar? Why, if you never met him? And this poor family, they don't know anything about what happened to him. We do as we play through the game, but they don't. And it's like, that's their son? Another bit that kind of gets lost along the way, because you don't actually have to go here and do this bit. We'll leave it. Oh yes, I forgot. So yeah, we didn't have Heartness during Naomi's stream. Can we rest? No, we can't. Actually, maybe I could have just spoken to the dude. Yep, there we go. I can rest. I'll pay the 80 gil. It's nothing now. Speaking of somebody that works in optics, go and get your eyes tested, wear your glasses if you need them. That's what they're there for, they're there to help. Yeah, this is all complete optional. It's like going to Fort Condor. You can do the fight there, the mini game in Fort Condor now, if you have the gil. Instead of doing it later, but why would you? Just do it later. Oh, that's where one of the huge materials, and it's there. The coral train. I'm trying to think. The underwater. I think there's one there on the ship, and then there's one when you go to space as well, isn't there? Right, so let's drive. I'm trying to remember, do you still have fights while you're in the buggy? Yes, you do. Yes, wear your glasses. Jeez Louise. Ooh, we've got Quake 2. Not the game, the spell. And watch how the screen, the weather changes as we get towards Cosmo Canyon. But I think we've got a fair amount done today. We've actually got everything that I wanted to get done. We got through Coral, the Gold Saucer, Coral Prison, the Chocobo Race, and Gungaga. It never sounds that much, but yes, Ollie. If you're prescribed glasses, you should wear them. That's the whole point. Well, that just depends on your eyesight, Blue. Because my eyesight is so poor that I have a range of about 6 inches, maybe. Like the laptop that's literally a foot away from me, I would not be able to see anything without my glasses on or my contact lenses in. Yeah, my eyesight is horrendously poor. And it's actually, my eyesight being poor is, oh there we go, it's broken down. It is actually the reason I started working in optics in the first place. I went for a test at my local opticians just before I turned 16. And I was lucky, I knew you'd go on about that, Ollie. I knew you would go with phrasing. I went for an eye test just before I turned 16, and the chap that tested my eyes was the director of the store, and he basically, without me realising it, did an interview for me in the test room. Oh, who got 301? 4, 3, 2. Oh, Ollie got 301. Well done, fella. Yeah, he basically interviewed me in the test room and did a test there, and basically it came out at the end because, as I say, I was still 15 at the time, so I had to have an adult accompany me. Spoke to my dad, said, oh well, you know, I've spoken to him in the test room, he sounds like a nice guy, and he was wrong, obviously. You just can't be bothered. We'd like to work him to work here over the summer and from then onwards. And that one chance meeting, if I'd have spoken to another optician or gone on another day, my life would have been completely different, because I never would have met my wife to begin with. It wasn't the phrasing comment, it was something else. Now if my mouse was any good, I'd be able to tell you which one it was. Oh, yeah, it's fine. But yeah, just believe me, it was Ollie. Yeah, so say if I never had that one meeting, I never would have met wife for a start. So that's weird. So anyway, so we got 5 minutes until Tiny's due to stream. So I promised Ollie this morning. So I will tell him what happened in my dream last night, as I only got 3 hours in the end. It was a bit of a mental one. And as some of you may know from what happened the last time I had a weird dream, it spawned the whole Snake Eater song. This one won't be as boss, but it was weird. So I was in America apparently. So apparently it's because, I know, I won a prize from PlayStation because I promoted their games when I wanted and bought the correct ones at the correct time. So I'm meeting people that day, but receiving my prize the following day for some reason. It's okay if Tiny's going to be late. We can have a chat for a bit and I could do a little bit more if necessary. Well, she said that she's going to be late. Yeah, so I'm receiving my prize the following day, and during the meeting my fashion sense comes up and it gets mocked because apparently because wearing dark blue jeans, America is too hot for that kind of attire. So yeah, they start taking the piss because of that, and then apparently because I was wearing a white shirt or t-shirt with an open black hoodie, that gets mocked too. Don't know why. So some young woman that's working for PlayStation, she asks how my shooting is, and I reply, it's okay, it's not that bad. It's, you know, it's difficult to gauge because we live in the UK, we're not allowed firearms. But I've played enough games, so I'm sure it'll be fine. And I said that we needed to go to the driving range, and I meant the firing range, obviously, but hey, can't get it right. So yeah, they need to go to the driving range to test me. And then she replies that she didn't mean that kind of shooting, she just meant it as a euphemism, and then she walks off and said, oh, I'll see you tomorrow. It's like, okay, that doesn't happen every day. Next thing is I'm leaving the office. I'm in a car, with some reason it's my mum and dad that are in the front of the car, and it's obviously an English car because mum's driving because she's the only one of them that can drive and she's on the right hand side. And then so we turn into this little car park, and there's a couple just having sex in the back of a convertible, brazenly, blatantly, and because the guy shouts out at us, it causes mum to crash or scrape the car against the wall. And again, you'd think, oh well, that's just does a normal scrape, that's fine. No, for some reason in my dream, scraping the car against the wall means that the roof starts caving in and it just writes off the car. And I remember Dad going, oh, it cost us £5 to this, we're not going to be able to replace it. Don't know what that was. It's dreams, who can understand them? So we try and drive the car away. I only get so far and we have to stop. It does. And hey Emma, you'll get the full story. So we go to a house and realise, and when I get to this house, realise that there's no mum or dad anymore. They've been replaced by Nairi, so she's there instead. And there's only 2 people living there, a guy and his mum. And we go to sleep in this room, and it becomes clear somehow that we're not going to be allowed to leave. It's that kind of place. The crazy man is keeping us in this house. Like Toriel from Undertale yesterday. Or Legion from my Dwarf, if you know what that is. And like, he's very pleasant, but yeah, we're not going to be allowed to leave this place. And at some point I get access to a computer and I saw that Chell was streaming. Oh great, oh, I'll see anything. Vlad was in there in the chat making comments, and so I start typing away, but no letters will come out, so I can't communicate, say hey, come and help. Anyway, so Nari and I decide that we need to get the hell out of this. Guy's probably got some sort of mother issues. So we somehow get out of the room, and Nari goes to check on this guy, and then all I know is she just immediately comes out of the room screaming and trying to escape the house. And then the guy comes out looking like Kamoshida from Persona 5, just with the red robe. But his face is like Dwight from the US version of The Office. And he comes out of the room after Norris screamed at it, and he's pissed off. Oh, I know. See, I will watch your streams all the time, even in my weird dreams. And so yeah, he comes out of the room, he gets really pissed off, and this is sort of like a boss battle starts. This guy's now carrying a shotgun in one hand and some other sort of gun in the other hand, and I've got nothing. And yeah, I have to beat him with just my hands. At some point he takes me down. Phrasing before you say. He takes me down, and so yeah, I'm trying to basically dodge my head like some sort of Saiyan. Yes, this really did happen to me. I'm having to dodge my head like some sort of Saiyan out of all the shots that he's firing. And imagine at some point I manage to get free and just start kicking this guy in the face repeatedly. Enough for me to get away. And I go and join Nari by the front door, and we're ripping and tearing at the front door. And then can hear from the other side of the door that the police are there, because obviously they've heard all the shots. They're there, and this guy's neighbours are now sticking up for him and telling the police not to bother getting involved. It's all fine, nothing's going on. And so Nari and I are frantically ripping at the door, trying to get it out, and eventually we do. We manage to get it open and run out and say and explain the situation to the police. And obviously the neighbours are still there arguing with us, even though why would you? But there you go. They try and convince them that everything's okay, and thankfully the police believe us. They believe us, we leave, and the dream's over. And it didn't dawn on me until afterwards. I never got my fucking prize from PlayStation. Where's my gift? Emma, I could probably do with talking to a professional in general, never mind. Actually, I do need to sort that. Speaking to a professional in general, never mind just about my dreams. You, my professionals. I need to. Yeah, I did. I only got 3 hours sleep. It was horrendous. I'm amazed I'm still awake now, especially after running. But yeah, there you go. I'll clip that all down again. But that was random. I remember talking to Ali and Greg this morning, all the while trying to write all the bits of what happened in like the notes section on my phone, because if I tried to recall it now, I'd never remember it. All dreams are random. They're not as mad as that, but apparently Chell has she has dreams worse than mine, it looks like. Well, it seems like it anyway. So yeah, there you go. Righty. Did I save? I think I did. Yes, I did. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll do a little bit more until Tiny's ready to stream. Does anybody know what time she's planning on starting? Well, it was, you know, as dreams go, it was a belter. So that's why I thought I would share with everybody. You know how I like to entertain. I don't mind taking the piss out of myself. But yeah, we'll do a bit more. We'll do as much of Cosmo Canyon as we can, and if Tiny starts streaming, then we'll see if I do actually know how to raid. Well, we haven't got there yet, but it's going to happen at some point. Ooh, is she? She might be, but on the planner, Rosalind was due for 7:30 in between myself. Sorry, she's on at 5:30 in between myself and Naomi. Yeah. Yes, I am. But I spoke to Tiny earlier, and she said that she was supposed to be going on at normal time. You guys have got more access to what's going on. Obviously, you've been playing the game, so you'll know more than I. Yeah, I am sorry. Oh, fine, I have to say no. Okay, she might have just changed the thing in the schedule, and I haven't seen it. But it wasn't like that this afternoon. I suppose we'll find out, won't we? But I don't mind. I've been able to spend some time with you all, which is nice for me. I don't know if everybody else that streams is like this, but you always think before the stream starts that nobody's going to turn up. So it's nice for you all to come in and have a chat. Right, where's Emma? I tell you what, let's screenshot it. That's just for you. You came at the right time. Don't, Ollie, don't say it. So you've managed to see the cross-dressing cloud and Nanaki is Nanaki. Because it's so silly, I think that's why. No, according to the schedule, it's still the same. She's supposed to go in between Naomi and myself. We'll find out, hey. Well, you know, I'm just glad that I could entertain you and bring a laugh and a smile to your, I was going to say evening, but for you, Emma, it's what? 3:30 in the afternoon? You lucky lady. You still got the rest of the day to come. Here comes my Bugenhagen. Oh, that's really good to hear, Agnes. It makes it all worthwhile. Was it approved? Fantastic. I know you said it shouldn't have been in doubt, but of course it makes you nervous when you actually have to do it. So you don't have to move to Canada then? Where you can stay in the mighty city of Houston, Texas. Oh, we've just bought new weapons. Can't be bothered yet. Well, if that's the case, Hark, and if you follow her on Twitch and she's still not live, then it's not going to happen, is it? I know, I've just saved, haven't I? It was. They finally got to Canada during Detroit Become Human. Are you doing anything to celebrate, Emma? apart from coming to see my stream. And before I go in to see Bugenhagen, can we just spend a moment or two to appreciate this music? It's amazing. Right, enough of that. Let's go and see Bugenhagen. And so if we have to stop halfway through, then we'll just restart from where the save point was next time. I won't cut stuff out of the story just in case somebody wants to watch this in the future and they've not played it and they actually want to watch all the story, because this is quite, not intense, but it's quite chock full of stuff. I like that he's a child but he's 48. Yes, Adam, you read it. Okay, Adam, what was the results? Normally I would have stopped by now, but we're just waiting for Tiny to start her stream. Yeah, definitely treat yourself. You know, things to celebrate don't always come round, so make sure that you do when they do. In fact, I've just thought about the video that we're going to see, and I always find it. Oh, it's close. I always find when the planet crumbles to be really sad. Again, just imagine how good this is going to look in the remake. See, you're getting better, your training's going well. What's that, gamer fit? And say any exercise is good exercise. You start slow and you build yourself up, even if you do walking, and it still counts. Several odd people are here. Yeah, it's us. Okay, so which member of the party do you want as part of the viewing apparatus? Who do you want to go with us? Because Red 13 and Cloud both have to go. And we will go with the majority. We're a democracy here. Well, within reason. You have a democracy led by me. I could probably do a better job than the chump that's in charge at the moment. Oh, I should have saved. Just in case. Well, we won't go into politics too much. Okay, so we have one vote for Tifa, one vote for Yuffie, and one vote for Aerith. Somebody wanna split the voting? Can't actually remember where I need to go. Okie dokie, then we'll have Tifa. And hello, Black Mantis. Oh, come on, you just split the vote again. Okay, Tifa, it's definitely Tifa. We're going with Tifa. Yeah? Oh, okay. Okay, fine, you can have Tifa and Aerith. There was only one vote for you, Fee, and I told you, we are a democracy here. And although, to be fair, the amount of time it took for me to get her in the first place, I should probably have her in every bloody scene. It's alright, Dion, you've played this game before. I imagine you keep Yuffie in your party at every single point. So I imagine you've seen every bit of dialogue that she has. I said this is on PS5 graphics, it'll probably be when it comes out. This is going to be fantastic. Hey Cave, hey Vlad, don't worry, you're not going to miss much at the moment. We've already mentioned you, but don't worry, I will clip the whole dream stuff later so you can just watch that few minutes, or you can watch the whole thing if you want, that's up to you. But thanks for popping in. That's actually a good point, Dion. Naomi, who's your team then when you normally play FF7? Who do you have in your party at the end of the game? We've been through mine. Mine's Cloud, Tifa and usually Sid. Although the last time I played it did have Yuffie in it for some reason. Again, this is quite story intensive, so I'm trying not to go through too much too quickly. Just give you people that haven't played this game a chance to read everything. Vlad, I'll tag you in it. I'll make you aware when I've done it. It might not be tonight, it might be tomorrow, but I will do it. And no worries, I got your back, man. I think it's just accepted that Tifa should be in the party. Yes, you timed it perfectly, Em. And you know, even if it's only for 15 minutes or so, it's great to see you and to have a little chat and for you to pop in. As always, I really appreciate your coming along. And not just having 0 people in the chat and me going, well, there you go. That says it all. Because you should be here, because this is a great game. Shame about the guy presenting it, but Duck Game soon. Hell yeah! Christmas Duck always likes Duck Game. It makes Christmas Duck happy. No, mate, you should have seen my first stream. It was so difficult for me to talk throughout the whole thing. I had, as some of you may know, I have a book that I make all my notes in, which actually I was, after Dion had mentioned it earlier, what I was planning on doing is when I eventually fill this book, which will be a long time away because it's fairly thick, is if anybody wants it just to read what I've done over all the streams that I've done, you can I'll send it to you, you can have it. But yeah, the first stream that I did, it's horrendous. Now I've got used to live in 5, cool. I say we'll see if I can raid, and if not, then we'll have to go the old-fashioned way. So yeah, we'll try and thrash through this and save. Problem is, there's only one version of the book. Yeah, now it's fine. As long as there's somebody here, I can just talk crap. 420 is Dion. I can talk crap for a couple of hours and it's fine. But yeah, that first one, man, I was shaking like a leaf, which is so silly when you look back on it now. Is it time? Has she gone live? Okay, then I'll press the button and we will see. Thanks very much for coming, you guys. Just remember, these streams, they're not for honour, but they're for you.